What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today in this Bardcast, we got me, Pyth, Hans, Sandwich, and the High Indian. Flu will be jumping in later, but anyways, guys, we're honored to have each and every one of you guys here, and we're just going to go ahead and get into it. Let's do it. All right, so the first question, well, actually, guys, do we need to introduce ourselves again? Just like a quick TLDR?
Yeah, I say we do it.
Okay. I think names are fine for now.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Pyth, what you got, man? What's new with you?
I'm Pyth. Nothing much new, really. Just hi. Nice to see you all again.
Sweet, sweet. Hans, beard got about 2 inches longer.
I'm Hans Total on Twitter. I work at the Ikigai Fund. Oh, anyway, back for episode 2, man. Spreading the word, spreading the love, being a good bard.
Attaboy. Sammy.
Hey guys, stoked to be here again. Nothing really new here on my end. Just stoked to be getting together with the rest of the bards and talk about some of this DeFi Kingdom stuff. Hi Indian, I sure hope you bought some Church's chicken for me too, because I'm starving right now.
Hi Indian, I thought you were getting tacos this week, man.
I am on my way home right now.
Church's,
man, holds a little special place in my heart.
Attaboy. What's new with you, man? Nothing new?
No, nothing much, man. I've been on TikTok, so I haven't been on YouTube at all lately. I've been really on TikTok, just like spreading the word of DeFi Kingdom, jumping straight from like buying an exchange on crypto, like on.
Attaboy. That's how it rolls.
A little bit of connection issues there with Indian.
We call yield farming pretty awesome. I think we got the TLDR on it. You're loving your churches. Flu, what you got, baby? By the way, since you're just jumping in, Flu, we're just summing up like, hey, what you do this past week. I think you're still on mute, baby. Attaboy.
Yeah.
Smoking them chips.
All right, so you said, what did I do this last week?
Yeah, dude, what's new with you, baby?
I mean, like, I had Christmas. I spent a little bit of time with the family. I spent a little bit of time with my chosen family, which is all of you guys and girls. And then I've been trying to get caught up on, like, Final Fantasy 14 and just kind of all the nerd stuff in the world, man. I was a little bit late because I was picking up a Xbox Series X because they actually had one at GameStop. So I'm like, woo! I'm excited, but I'm also kind of like, I don't know, pissy because they make you buy those bundles now to get these new consoles, and it's crazy. So,
dude, how else GameStop can stay in business?
Yeah, how are they gonna keep all those doors open, right? All right, I'll be right back. I'm parking the car.
All right, 10-4. All right, so guys, you probably saw it in the title. We're going to be talking about gardens, too many heroes, etc. I mean, I know we got Tomb Forks, but guys, it's going to come for DeFi Kingdoms. Just trust me, not financial advice. But we're going to go ahead and break into a couple of questions. The first one I want to hit into is it time to start leveling up or wait for lower prices? I've heard a lot of different things. This is on the heroes, guys. If you guys are just kind of new to DeFi Kingdoms, you can level up a hero. And it's similar to like games like RuneScape or even in like Pokemon. When you are earning XP, you can eventually level up your hero, and the hero can do certain quests or tasks that I've heard rumors of. Sandwich Punts has a lot of alpha on this. I'm sure Pyth has some alpha on this. Hans, I'm sure all you guys have some serious alpha on this. But I've heard rumors that some certain quests and even getting lands, you have to have leveled up heroes. So is it worth it now to start leveling up? Because the only way to level up is with time, and that XP, if you're like at 2,000 XP for level 1, and it doesn't gain you any more XP if you just sit there at level 1. Is it time or should you wait? Factoring in rune prices, obviously.
Hey, yeah, I'll I'll give my thoughts on this. So let's see, a Shvas rune right now is about 25 US dollars. In Jewel, that's 1.87. So I mean, if you've got the runes, I would definitely be doing it. If your question is like, should I be buying runes to level it up? That's another question. That definitely starts to eat into your ROI. But there's been a lot of Twitter posts about this lately. I think that, and I don't think the market really appreciates yet like a leveled up hero, but it's a big time commitment. It takes a long time to hit 2,000 experience and then 3,000 experience. I'm not sure, if level 3 to 4 is going to be 4,000. Actually, I should know because I have some level 3 heroes, but I haven't like really paid attention to that. But I mean, it's a time commitment, so I'm definitely leveling up when I can. And if you've got a rune, I'm leveling up with that rune instead of selling it for Jewel.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll comment on this too. I mean, similar to what Samich said, right? Like, if your main ROI right now is just questing alone and you're getting these runes and selling them, of course you can consider, just keeping that. But if you have the, jewel to spare, etc., and you want to kind of, strengthen your heroes and get ready for quests that may potentially need higher levels, then that is definitely something you should consider because, I mean, you can't really rewind that time that it takes for the stamina to regenerate. At
Yeah,
least,
that's a good point. Yeah, I mean, especially I think if you're in the hero game, you do kind of need to level them up. But, obviously if runes are a constraint, then focus on your better heroes. But remember, guys, on all these quests, there's new zones come in, like Pith just mentioned. I mean, you're going to need to get your gardening or your foraging all that up to level 10 to get the new rewards. And there will come a period of time where those new rewards are going to probably sell for quite a bit. And I'm sure it'll, go down over time. But as each new zone unlocks, if your hero is not ready to go to that zone, you're not going to get the stuff. So that's pretty exciting. And I guess it kind of goes back to like, are you going to keep your heroes? Are you buying them just to kind of flip them, or are you going to keep those heroes, long term? If you're keeping them long term, you're going to be in the game. You probably want to invest in leveling them up because otherwise, you probably will see their price slide over time. But if you play with them, you get two bonuses. One is you're generating an income stream, and then you're also maintaining or possibly increasing their value over time. So that's kind of how I see it.
Yeah, and if I could just add one thing on top of that. So yeah, they've hinted towards new profession skill quests that will be like level 10 quests, which Hubert has confirmed would require, for example, if it's a mining level 10, it doesn't mean your hero's level 10, it means your mining skill is level 10. But there are other things that leveling your hero, so not necessarily, so you've got kind of two aspects, right? Leveling up your profession skill, that doesn't cost any money. Everyone should be doing that nonstop anytime they have stamina. But then you have hero level, that's where your XP bar is filling up and you're using a Shvas rune or 2 Shvas runes at level 2 to level up. And there's been mentions, no specific details, but Frisky has mentioned in AMAs and in Discord, like there's going to be potential airdrops for people that are like in the game playing. So whether that's, maybe that takes the place of just people who have heroes leveled up. He also mentioned that for the land, they're not just like, you're not going to be able to
This
just
is what
buy
I
it.
wanted to hear.
You're going to have to, they don't just want whales to come in, buy it, and immediately flip it. They want people who are invested in the game. So we don't have details, but he did say there would be some sort of level gate or some sort of requirement where you have a certain amount of heroes that are leveled up, or some sort of I guess gate that requires you to play the game to be able to buy that. So for that reason, I'm definitely leveling up when I can, but obviously you've got to make decisions based off of like your resources and how many runes you've got.
I think additionally they mentioned that if you're only leveling up like your gardening and you don't level up your hero to level 2 through 4, you're going to start getting diminishing returns. Like, maybe you can get your gardening up to level 10, but if your hero's still level 1, it starts to drop. We don't have any of that math yet, but I think that is going to get they mentioned something like that in the call, didn't they?
Yeah, you're basically going to fall behind because time is money, and you can only put in, like, you can't pay money to catch up. I mean, sure, you can buy a hero, but someone else had to put in that time. So that's a really good point, Hans. I like that one. But like Zachy is talking about right now, with PvE, PvP, and talking about the common, I kind of want to hit on that common point. Obviously, the more it levels up to like past 10 to 20, etc., you're going to start seeing like the difference between a common, uncommon, a mythic, a rare, and a legendary, because the way they're leveling up, maybe not in the beginning, but I think like in the end, you're going to see like an intense spread. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Do you think that is far-fetched, or?
I think that you're definitely going to see a difference. I think that a lot of the real min maxing is not going to come until PvE PvP, and like I'm very excited for it. I'm very excited for that sort of thing. The only thing that I would say is that the people that are waiting to level up until then because they're like, oh well, I don't know which stats are going to be useful, which ones aren't. Like, you're not wrong for that, but definitely have some heroes that you're using to quest and level up, just for like being able to participate in things like land and stuff like that. I mean, like, Frisky has been very clear as far as his teases over time about like how land is not just going to be something that whales can come in and grab, and that it's going to be something that's going to be like a reward for people who actually play the game and quest and are in it every day and doing it. So I would say that having some heroes set aside that you are leveling up, that you are focusing on their questing ability and their profession stats and everything, I think that's going to be a very, very, very real play as well, not just waiting for PvE PvP.
Okay.
And even like to answer Descript's question, that's probably where I would allocate my lower quality heroes if I were to do that. Eeknot, there have been, I don't know what's public on this or not. I think that it's been teased. So what I'm going to say is that something I've heard of as a idea is the ability for people who have done the quest because they're like a really hardcore player, and they've done the work and they've put in the time in order to level up, and then they get offered the ability to buy land, but then they can't do it because they don't have those funds. The idea, I think, is that they will be able to sell that right to someone else, but I'm not sure if this is a real thing, if this is an idea, if this is a theory, if it came to me in a dream. I don't know. I think it's a good idea. I think that's a really, really quality idea, is to be able to let the people who actually get that, even if they're not a whale, they can then sell the ability to do that to a whale and then still profit off of their dedication to the game, sort of thing. So if I were in charge, which, to be clear, I am not in charge, but if I were in charge, that's how I would want to see that done.
I like it.
I do like it. They could make that an NFT or whatever. It's unique to a single plot of land.
Yeah, but once again, that might have come to me in a dream or a vision. I ate a pizza once with a bunch of really weird looking mushrooms on top of it, and so like I don't know if that's whenever that happened or if that was in an AMA or like a space or something. I
Dreams
don't
can
recall.
come true, man.
Dreams sometimes come true though, so that's a really important thing to note. And sometimes, like, you have to consider the source of who's dreaming it, and you know, it's fine. We're good. Pyth, do you remember anything like that?
I mean, I may or may not have seen something like that. You know, I'm too unsure to comment on whether that's true or not. But
Right, it's pretty highly speculative at this point, and I just really, really, really want to reinforce that is that all of this is speculation. None of this is the official views of the DeFi Kingdoms core team. Let me go into my robot voice here and give you some disclaimers. This is not financial or legal advice or investment advice or any sort of advice, except for don't eat yellow snow. That's the only advice that I have for you. Have a great day. I'm gonna go back on mute. All right, love y'all.
So I kind of want to add. I know it's stemming off some of the original questions, but I'm trying to. I wonder if you guys know what is going to be the value of land. Like I understand land, I get it. I'm in real estate. I understand that, John. But I mean, like, are there limited plots? Or can you rent them out to people? Are you using that to like farm on? What are they hinting at with this land? I just know I want some.
Yeah.
I think
So the only thing I know is.
Oh, go ahead.
No. You got it. Go
Your
ahead.
mic was kind of glitching.
Yeah, just give me a minute. I'll be back in here on my computer. Just you guys go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So like, what I do recall from like AMAs and what Frisky has said in the Discord is, I believe there will be 1,000 plots. So that's obviously kind of limited. You know, 2,000. There were 2,000 Gen Zeros. There will be 1,000 plots. From what it sounds like, and again, like this is all like super in flux, and they've said multiple times like this is in development and it's going to be evolving as we kind of solidify these other core game mechanics. But stuff that they have referred to is 1,000 plots. You will need it to like formally create a guild in game. You'll be able to do buildings, create buildings. There will be some sort of resource farming that can happen on it, and there's been talks of a lot of really cool guild stuff. Honestly, it's going to be pretty awesome, but like I don't know that we have like much more than like the very high level teasers and speculation at this
Yeah,
point.
I mean, one thing that I'm very sure of is that, like no matter what we speculate here, etc., like we're gonna find out eventually, right? I mean, they're probably gonna announce it. I don't know exactly when that'll happen and in what form that'll happen, but we're all eventually gonna have our curiosity satisfied in due time.
Yeah, and then we're gonna get hit with something else, like we can own an island or an ocean or something. Then it's like, forget this land. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that I think it would be kind of interesting. I'm kind of excited for this land. I know High Indian when he gets back to his CPU is probably going to want to throw some thoughts at that.
What I'll say real quick, and it's not in a dream this time, but I've seen Frisky talking about this a long time ago, like way back. Whenever I think he was doing like Telegram AMAs, which shows you how far ago that was, how long ago that was. I believe that land is going to be tied into the ability to have a guild, and so I would say that the guild aspect of the game is going to be heavily tied in to land and land ownership, and it would make sense because like you can't be a regent if you don't have land.
So what do you mean? What do you mean a regent?
Like I'm talking about like medieval like sort of stuff, like just within the lore, within the landowner fiefdom sort of stuff that existed back then. Like you can't be a lord without land. You can't be I mean, if you want to take the more modern approach to it, you can't be a capitalist without capital, right? Like within the very, very traditional and modern definitions of both, you can't have that sort of ownership of a kingdom without a kingdom to rule.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I remember in RuneScape, they came out with the construction skill for members, and it was like kind of cool to be able to build your own house. So maybe they could be hinting at something like that. Just kind of like a fun type of thing, just a place to live.
Exactly. And that goes back day 1, day 0, actually, day -2, whatever, where like in the roadmap, you look at it and you can see that your kingdom can be improved with like buildings and things like that. So I would say that land is going to be really good for return on investment, and potentially, not financial advice, but more importantly, I think that it is going to have a large part to do with guilds, the ability to have a guild,
Oh yeah.
and the kind of restrictions on how many guilds there are, and kind of to make sure that the people that are playing that are saying they're a guild are actually active enough to like go in and invest within a space of their own within the world, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. That's interesting.
I don't know if anyone here plays Final Fantasy 14, but one of the requirements of being anyone as a free company is that you have to have a free company house. Otherwise you're kind of left out of the rotation there. And like no one is going to join a free company that does not have a house. And I would imagine that the same would be true in DFK. Why would I join your guild if you do not have land? So like I want something to defend. I want a space of my own in the game to do it. And I've joked around about this on Twitter before, but I'll definitely be buying land if at all possible for me, if it makes sense for me financially and financially, and then I'll be doing my own sort of guild as well.
I like it. Yeah, I want to start my own guild too. We're gonna beat you, Flu.
Well,
Not
this brings up,
financial
I'm
advice.
just kidding. I'll get wrecked.
this brings up an interesting thing that I may have talked to Drake about a little bit behind the scenes, but I'm wondering if maybe we'll have like Bardville one day. Maybe one of these kingdoms where the bards kind of hang out.
I mean, what do y'all think? Y'all aren't going to join my guild? Like that actually hurts a little bit. I've already gotten commitments from Pyth, but Drake and Sam.
Nah, Pyth is jumping in ours. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Pyth knows where his bread is made.
Hey, I know where I belong too. Flu, you start a guild on jumping in. You got me into this.
Check it out. We got Bardville and we got Fluville, and we gotta like compete against each other, right? And just see who's heroes.
Nah, we can work together. You know.
Yeah,
we work together.
I mean, I don't mean to steal your audience here, Drake, but if you're down for Flu Nation, just like stand up in the chat here. So let's see how strong the Flu Nation is already without a real name.
All right, Bardville versus.
Nah, I see. I follow Pyth. Pyth is coming with
let's
me.
go.
So,
but the thing is, though,
let's
right?
go!
Like, nah, but like if you think about it, right? Like in you know the current economy, right, and the world, right? Like of course there are some conflicts, but there's nothing to say that I mean, unless that is of course like an obvious restriction. I don't know how this will work. I don't have any info on this. This is just pure speculation. Again, as Flu said, right? Don't take this as any form of advice at all. But of course, if we're able to, why not work together, right?
Yeah, that's true. No, yeah, I mean, I'm just messing, guys. I would never compete against you guys. I mean, I know you're completely and utterly wrecked.
Oh no, I think this was a thing between me and Pyth now. Pyth, are you standing up against the Flu Nation?
What? Of course, I would never. I'd rather seek a free trade agreement and both benefit.
Guys, I'm kind of worried about the guy being silent right now. I'm joining his plan.
Savage is secretly preparing.
Here are my thoughts.
I'm just taking notes, guys. I'm taking notes and I'm
taking
plotting.
notes.
I'm
Somebody
scheming.
needs to pilot the kingdom versus kingdom battles and kind of make videos about it and spread the word. I think that's something we could do. We could work together at times. We could compete at other times.
Dude, Samus got that Trojan horse.
The real question is Savage taking notes on like
you guys,
the things we're discussing?
I'll join your guild.
Or is he taking notes on the guild that he's gonna make?
No,
no, dude. He's gonna make the best guild. It's gonna be like everything in it. I'm joining him.
No, Sandwich is gonna use my platform. Sandwich knows where the smart move is here.
I see.
He knows where the partnerships are going to be done.
On the right platform.
Yeah.
He knows where the partnerships are going to be done. That's cool. All right, so guys, we only got into one question. We got to move on. All right. So the next question, I want to kind of talk about the quests. This is kind of like the elephant in the room, the garden quest. I've heard different things. People are like, bro, the gardens suck, and then other people are like, dude, I love these, and I'm like, bro, I don't see how it sucks. This thing is awesome. It's got the boosted rewards going on. So are the gardens overhyped? Are the boosted rewards good? How long do you think? Well, it's going to be for a couple months, but do you think they're going to extend that? What do you guys think on that?
Well, to comment on this, do keep in mind, first of all, it's just the level 0 quest, etc. And, you're not just, your gardens aren't just making money from these quests, right? There's something on top of the regular LP rewards that you're getting. Mm-hmm. And, this is just the first stage, right? Like, I mean, the formula is public. I don't have that available as a reference right now, but I do know that there are various other things that you can improve to, boost your rewards even further. So you have to remember that as we were talking about earlier, right, with the whole hero leveling, etc. Right, you can improve these rewards further, and if they do seem underwhelming right now, which I mean I've seen people have both opinions. Some are completely fine with it, some think they're great, and some think they're too little. But it's not a constant thing, and that can definitely change for the better in terms of more jewel rewards for you.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe those amulets will give you a boost or something like that.
Oh,
They haven't
yeah,
told us what
dude.
that's gonna be yet, right?
Yeah, I'll say just quickly on this too. I had several friends just in my close friend group that all play this, and frankly, they were a little disappointed. I think at first, with the Quest fund now being like fully like transitioned into one wallet and the formula with the current multiplier, it's actually pretty good. Yeah, you do have to have money in the gardens. That's just the way it is. But and I know some people are like, well, that makes it a whale game. And I mean, Frisky did mention like gardens were at first intended to be kind of like a whale quest, but I wouldn't view that as like a bad thing. Honestly, it's not that much, but it does give whales an incentive to keep their money in liquidity in addition to the garden rewards they're getting,
So
and
true.
everyone benefits when that happens. So, for people
But it
who
does
are
keep
like,
whales
well,
in
this sucks.
incentive.
For people who are like, well, this sucks because I don't have, I've got $500 in the gardens, I'm getting almost nothing. Just keep grinding out your hero with gardening skill, because a whale's going to come in, he's going to put in, fat stacks, and he's going to be like, I don't want to start out with a level 0 gardener. Like, I want to hit the level 10 gardening quest, level 20 gardening quest, and that's where somebody who doesn't have any, much or very little in the LP, they're like, well, hey, I've got a level 10 gardener, like, come buy this at a premium. So I think there's opportunities for everybody still.
I like that. Yeah, because I mean, I +1 to that. Look past your own thumbs. You aren't the only one playing the game. Just think about it. Like, you need those quote unquote whales, and those quote unquote whales were looking at it like 2 months ago, like, man, I'm throwing in $500. What the snap? And now they've become whales, and now they're like, these gardens are amazing. Who knows what will happen 2 months from now for you if you're first getting into it. Time will
Yeah,
tell.
I got some comments on that later.
All right, so what do you like? This is a question. This is a question that I have for you guys, because I have some experience in these matters, right? What do you guys consider to be whales within the LP? Like, what do you consider to be whales? What do you consider to be? And this is a chat question as well.
I mean, anyone with $1,000. I'm joking. Oh yeah, I guess you can't see my face, but yeah, I'm messing with you. For me, I'd say at least 6 figures.
Okay.
Yeah, in my book, I'd probably put like a whale, like a garden whale, like over 250K.
Okay, well then I'm not a whale. Thank God. All right, cool. I was nervous at Drake's definition, but Sandwich, you just saved my ass. All right, so I can speak about this from a pleb perspective. Okay, there we go. We got a lot of people 20K, 200K,
Yeah.
1
Minimum
I mean,
million.
6
I
figures.
think your
100%.
definition of a whale really depends on what type of if you're working a 9 to 5 job, what type of income you're earning, or especially what country you're from and what currency your daily use.
Definitely. And honestly, like my number comes from like looking at a lot of wallets and seeing the size of some people's garden positions. That's all. So
Yeah, dude, Sandwich, I used to speak to you a little bit because like my wallet was included in a lot of your reports. And it was funny because I was like, "Oh, you're talking about me, but you don't know which one is me yet." Because back then it wasn't as like open or whatever, but I used to be on like the top 10 extra holder list. But I was only on the top 10 extra holder list for a very short period of time because it was like back then it was so much easier to be a whale in the game because it was so much cheaper to be a whale in the game. Like back then it was not worth as much, right? That being said, like with $100,000 or 150,000 or whatever in the LP, the gardening rewards are like, I think I'm pulling like $30 a day, $40 a day or something like that, which is really, really, really good if you look at it from like a return on investment standpoint.
You mean
So
30
like
jewel a day?
if sorry, what?
You mean 30 joule a day?
No, I mean like 30 USD.
Oh, you'd have to have a ton. You'd have to have a lot. To
Yeah,
make
to get
30
30
a day.
joule, you're like, what the snap? Like you're like a behemoth at that point. You're the ocean while the other whales
Wait,
are swimming
are you talking
around.
about the regular gardening yield or the gardening quest?
No,
Gardening
Garden
Quest.
Quest.
Oh, okay. Makes more
Yeah,
sense.
Yeah, gardening yield is
Be right
that's
back.
a little bit different. You know, I'll hold on. I'll do this. I'll do the lookup on it. Kingdom Watch. I mean, like all my shit is docs. Everyone knows who I am. And like it's very easy to just like pull me up on Kingdom Watch because you know it just shows you exactly what I have, right? So for the gardens a day and unlocked jewel, I'm getting 39.41 joule a day, which is $529.24 a day. So like I'm getting $500 a day in gardening rewards unlocked. But as far as I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like the actual quests. Like what am I actually getting in terms of quests? And the answer to that is like about $30 a day. And like, do I consider that to be good? Absolutely.
I mean, dude, you're clicking buttons. That's amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
if you think about it, that's making, if you factor it out in the minutes like you spend clicking, that's going to be like 5 minutes of clicking. If you calculate that out, what is that? Like, I don't know, that's like $3,000 an hour.
Yeah.
Or
Exactly.
not it'll be a little bit less, but still.
And actually, Cormandre, it's funny that you say like Flu was the first person to stack on LP even before Frisky Fox. No, Frisky and I had the same initial buy-in. So like that we had the same price that we bought in at though. So that actually is one of my only claims to fame is because like I managed to buy in before the actual announcement went live. So it was like right after they turned it on, and that was how quickly I got in. And
Is
yeah.
everything okay with Tosh? What happened to Tosh?
Yeah, I got that message. That's what I was posting on there. See if you guys knew.
No, I didn't.
Sorry, which one?
To Tosh?
What do you post?
I don't
You
know.
mean the thing he said on his Twitter?
Oh, I have no idea. Someone said.
Oh, okay. So hold up. Let me check. I'll just pull it up real quick.
Okay,
He
now
said
it's
he tore
Operation
his.
Rescue twice. Rescue Tosh.
He tore his
he tore his
ACL,
ACL
MCL skiing.
Oh,
so
geez. Was he
he's probably
bald?
out for.
Ah, snap. He gonna be playing a lot of DFK. I hope
You
you're
ain't
all right.
kidding, man. That
That's
guy's
for
gonna have some
sure.
serious alpha.
I saw him playing some Dota 2 the other day as well.
Ooh.
So maybe I have to.
man.
We did it.
We're gonna have to
screen.
throw
Oh,
some
snap.
5-stack or something.
Ooh, I know how that feels, man. I almost did that on mine skiing, but I didn't. I was God was looking out, man. That's all I can say. It doesn't feel good.
Prayers out for our boy Tosh.
Absolutely.
Yeah, put them prayers out, man.
For a quick
Absolutely.
recovery.
Yeah.
That way he back out. Out there on the slopes. I don't know, what would you call that in skiing? Because I know you're catching like waves in the ocean, but what is that like?
The moguls or something like that.
I have no idea.
I don't know. Snow isn't real.
Yeah, slopes. That's what
Only yellow snow.
Yeah,
Okay.
catch some slopes out there.
I just want to shout out to the best comment of the day, which is from Strong, which is I wish I was that food that High Indian is eating.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I totally read that wrong. I thought he said, "I wish I was eating that food that."
No.
I wish. I
wish I was eating that food.
It was way weirder. It was way more weird.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Like this. Strong, I didn't even realize that you were my alt until like right now. So congratulations on that.
Well, snap. So with the boosted rewards with the gardens, I know we kind of went over the whale, but I guess the best definition for it would be kind of like percentage wise. So, I mean, if we factor out Jewel being, let's just call it $1 billion market cap, I guess we can consider a whale being at 10 million, or I don't know, however many Jewel that is. That would be 1% of the Jewel supply. So maybe that could be considered a whale. You guys have thoughts with that?
I mean, that's going to be a really hard mark to hit, even for even for Moby, which is like our number one wallet.
Like, not only that, you can call someone a whale, but most of the people, aren't putting their entire stack into one thing. So I think that's a bit high of a target, at least for most people. Like, I know that in some circles that would probably be considered, some of the smaller investments, but I think for a vast
10
majority of people,
million
that
jewel to
is a
me
bit
sound
high.
like a whale.
Yeah, I mean, for
No,
sure it is a
mean
whale.
$10
Don't get me
million.
wrong.
I mean,
That
$10
that
million
definitely is.
jewel.
Oh, okay, $10 million in DFK.
I think I don't know. I mean, everything's relative. It's hard to get a percent, but just kind of wanted to fumble numbers out there because obviously, as the jewel market cap goes up, you'll start to lose some whales who are like if jewel. I'm just spitting numbers, guys. Do not take this as financial advice. But say jewel goes to 10 billion in market cap, that would be a 10x from here. I wouldn't really consider someone with 100,000 in the LP a whale anymore. I would just consider them like a dolphin or I don't know, maybe a penguin just to spice it up. But yeah, let's go and go into another question I think is pretty interesting is the Moshika runes. Everyone talks about these Shvas runes, and I know we're getting more quests. And I was thinking, okay, maybe we got gardening. We're gonna have some Moshika runes for leveling up to like level 6, 7, or no, it's not 6 and 7. That's gonna be 10 and 11 and so on. When are those gonna come into play? Like, is the team gonna mention that, or is this just like?
Yeah, if I could add like my speculation on it. So I think that my guess is that that'll come out with like level 10 profession skill quests whenever that happens. And frankly, I mean, it's gonna be like level 10, so we're a ways away from anybody needing a moksha rune. So my guess is when a higher profession skill quest comes out, like they keep referencing like the level 10 quests, we'll probably start to see like the drop rates for moksha runes there, and maybe on the level 20 quest, the next one. But that's my guess.
Interesting.
I doubt it's in the loot table right now. Like I don't think it's possible to drop it right now.
I know there was rumors on like hero burn, so I wonder if like the level 10 quests or level 20 quests will be like, hey, if you're sending your hero into this quest, you may be able to get the Moksha rune, which you need to level up your guy, but there is a chance you lose your hero. I wonder if that might be on the table. I don't know. These guys are really good at tokenomics. They're pretty smart. And obviously, everything we say in this video is just speculation.
Yeah, you'd have to offer me a lot more than a level 2 rune for a risk to burn my hero. But yeah, I think Frisky did mention that there would be high risk quests with potential to like essentially KO your hero and send him to a graveyard as sort of a burn mechanic, I think.
Yeah, that would kind of suck. You level up your hero to level 10, and then you had to use it to get a level 11 for your Gen 0, and you lose them. That's a good point. Always wonder. So I guess I want to go ahead and sidestep into back to the heroes because I know a lot of people are trying some summoning. Some people are depositing into the banks. They're trying to figure out where they start. And for those getting started into summoning, are pure heroes a good buy, or should you just buy like the cheapest hero and just go at it? Try to summon, sell some of these guys, and go for it. Is
Okay.
that?
So I summon a lot. I'm actually I did a space last night, a Twitter space last night. I don't know if you guys saw this, but if anyone's not following me on Twitter, it's Final Fantasy, DEFINAL, fantasy, and it's I kind of cracked these rare back traits. Like, you have the back pieces, like it'll be a broadsword or a foxtail or whatever. There's two new ones. One looks kind of like a portal behind you, and one looks kind of like a set of orbs, or like Sage of the Six, whatever.
Yeah, I saw that. That was you?
Yeah, and I got one of each last night, and I spent shit, man. This is where being a half-assed whale comes in not handy, but is necessary, because to even do this, like, oh god, dude, I spent
I think that was like a $5,000 Twitter space.
yeah, it was like a $5,000 Twitter space, and I gave away like 2 heroes, and
That
it
dude that
was-
you gave it away to, the scooter dude, was super cool, and he was like a day one. Like he was in DFK for like a really long time. So I'm glad that he got it.
Yeah, what's funny too is that like after the Twitter space ended, I actually rolled the dice on this, and I spent another 186 jewel on one summon to try to get a Dread Knight. So I had a Sage with a summon on it, and then but I didn't have a Dragoon, so I hired a Dragoon from the tavern, and I got a pure pirate. And even that
Attaboy. That's what I do.
and that even that pure pirate though, like, and this is where like it gets back around to the question, is that having pure classes makes it so much easier to summon advanced classes. Having like a pure archer versus a pure thief, you are going to produce dark knights. It's going to happen for you. Having a pure pirate and a pure monk, you're going, or a pirate monk and a monk pirate, for example, which is how I did it for such a long time. You're going to produce ninjas. Like knight warrior, you're going to produce paladins, so on and so forth. So like having those pure classes, I don't know if it's legitimately like important for things like questing or PvE or PvP, nor do I care, because whenever it comes down to pure classes, it is so helpful for summoning. And if I had everything to do over again, I would have made my custom mythic shiny. I would have made it a pure wizard. Pyth, you have a custom, right?
Yeah, mine's actually I think it's a wizard priest.
Oh, that's
number
perfect,
19.
dude.
Why is a wizard priest good?
Because that's wizard and priest makes a summoner.
Yeah, if you don't mind, if I could just say one quick thing on
Yeah.
this. So I think there's a couple things that are like really important to understand, and Mr. Zipper has been like we need to get him on here next time because he's a genius with this stuff. But at the end of the day, the subclass actually has no impact on main class results.
Oh yeah, we
the
should
main
clear
class,
that up. We're talking
the main
about
class-
R1, R2s, and R3s, guys.
the main class has no impact on what the subclass will turn out. What is important is you have a dominant and 3 recessive genes for every inheritable trait. So your main class has a dominant and 3 recessive genes. Your subclass has a dominant and 3 recessive genes. And where you really where the money is at is when you're dominant and at least recessive 1, which is the strongest of the 3 recessives, when those two are the same. So like if you have a dominant and R1 archer, it has a 95% chance to pull archer through when it does the check for the Dark Knight check. Whereas if you have like archer dominant and then 3 other just like random recessive genes, it's only a 75% chance to pull that archer through for the check. So I think that Mr. Zipper actually will probably, guessing he'll probably put an article out on this stuff, but the recessive genes are like really, really important for people to understand. So I have a little bit on that in my articles, but it's really interesting
I
stuff.
put a tool in the chat so you guys can check it out. You just type in your hero and it'll tell you your R1, R2, and R3s. Sorry about that. Go ahead, Sandwich.
Oh no, that's all. So there's 2 different concepts. Like there's like pure in the sense that the primary class and the subclass are aligned, and then there's pure in the sense that the dominant and its recessive genes are all aligned. And they're just I just wanted to make it clear that they're separate concepts.
So I want to go back to Pyth's response where he had a comment on like having a custom one. Are you saying like you have the wizard and I think you said priest?
No, those are the classes. It's one. I don't have 2.
So right. So your primary is a wizard and your recessive is a priest. So you don't do wizard.
Let me just no. I mean, let me just just clarify that. I mean, most of this information that we're talking about, like basically everything, is just me speculating too. I didn't have any insider knowledge or something. Or of course I would have taken basically the very best possible. Yeah, it is a wizard priest.
And the interesting thing is I just did this on my own, And you see the dominant one is the wizard pirate, which is what you see on the hero, right? Profession, foraging, green boost, dexterity, blue boost, luck, right? But then the R1 is a monk priest, the R2 is a pirate monk, the R3 is a pirate warrior, and that explains so well why like sometimes I'll get like crazy stuff out of like these pairings. And like it's something that now anymore, and this is what I was doing all night last night, which is why I was, and this is just for the people that are asking in the chat. No, it's not 100% chance if you get like a pure, like wizard versus priest. You're not going to get summoners all the time, but you're going to get summoners pretty good percentage of the time, and you can look up those like chances and everything just using the tool that's in the DeFi Kingdoms Discord.
Oh yeah,
So
I just
you go
checked
in
my
there-
recessive genes. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, you go in there, you go over to bot commands, and then you can like pair it up. Hey, Pyth, what's your hero number?
19.
19. Okay, so if I did match and I just press tab and I did 14, which is mine, press tab 19.
Yeah, there's an easy tool, Flu. Just do the one that I linked. You can act like I see.
Yeah, it was
But
linked
no,
in-
that
Wizard,
one's
warrior,
different.
warrior, monk.
No, that one's different. That one just looks up the genes. I'm looking at the summoning matchup to see what we would actually create.
No, that
Yeah,
tool,
hit summon
that tool
chances. It's
also
at
you
the
can
top.
put in 2 IDs and
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it's
pretty
essentially
fire.
hero bot in a web browser.
Yeah, so like if I look up Pyth's hero, it basically tells me everything on it. So let's see, I'll pair it with just some random hero just so I can get everything on his. So basically what it says for Pyth is, well, actually, if I just pick a random hero, let's just say I choose 2084, just, I don't know, just a random number. It says the summoning chances are a 13% chance for a warrior, 0% for a knight, 0.88 for a thief, 0 for an archer, 38% for a priest, 28 for a wizard, 0.88 for a monk, and 17.58% for a summoner. So he actually has a higher than normal chance with a summoner. Normal is going to be like 14.
For this specific tool, for the summoning chances, I would greatly prefer the one in Discord. It's done in a much more friendly manner. Like you've got the different ones like stacked in order of like their likelihood and stuff. Looking at the recessive genes itself, like that tool is fantastic. And I'm sure that this tool is actually what is used in the back end on the Discord bot, but that's like a really good thing to look at if you're just looking at like what you're going to be able to create. And if you look at things like a pure and a pure, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna screw off for a second while y'all talk because I'm gonna go find 2 different heroes for people to pull on their own so they can see what I'm talking about. And I'll be right back.
Yeah, but I kind of want to make this point. This is pretty interesting. So normal percentage is about 14%. So I selected Summoner ID with 19 and 2084, and I paired these two together. I just want to show you guys the power of the R1 and R2 and R3 genes. If you look inside the traits, if we go with Pyths, it's a wizard, warrior, monk. So it's dominant, recessive 1, recessive 2, and recessive 3. Notice how it's wizard, warrior, monk, and not wizard. Now 2084 is priest, warrior, thief. So that's why he gets a boost of 3% because of that priest. Because your dominant is going to be 75% for that card. And if you divide that, because it's 50-50, you're using 2 heroes, that is actually, we'll just call it even numbers. We'll just say it's 75%. Your recessive 1 is 20% chance. Your recessive 2 is 4, and your recessive 3 is 1%. So having that dominant and recessive 1, in my opinion, does boost your chances a good amount. Like in this scenario, Pyth would have a 3.58% or about 4% chance of summoning a summoner, like greater. However, if his dominant on number 19 was a wizard, it would be about a 21% chance of summoning a summoner. So you literally go from a 14% chance to a 21% chance. And obviously, if the R2 and R3s, that boosts it even more.
It's like a 50% buff if you can get the dominant and R1 genes aligned on both heroes. So, for example, put in Drake, put in hero
Right.
243 and 535. So
243 535.
this is actually two of the Gen Zeros that I have. And I didn't realize that my Archer had
Let's
D and R1
go,
aligned.
22%.
So I didn't realize my Archer had D and R1 aligned until I learned about recessive genes.
Attaboy.
And then I essentially traded a Warrior Gen Zero with no aligned recessives for this Thief. And so because the Thief, his main class has dominant Thief and recessive 1 Thief, and the Archer has a dominant Archer and recessive 1 Archer, it's essentially increased the chance for Dark Knight by 50%. So not 50%. Like I don't have a 50% chance
Yeah,
of
yeah,
success,
like 50%,
but the
as in,
rate
like,
of
from
the rate
14
of
to
success
yeah,
is
yeah.
now 50% higher.
Dude, you're
So-
summoning those suckers at 22%. So like while someone else is summoning like every 8, you're summoning it at about every 4 to 4.5. That is nuts. Attaboy.
Yeah. So and we're actually I'm out on my podcast this Sunday. I'm not trying to shill this either, but this is we're going to be summoning these two and giving it away to someone in the live stream.
Hold up, shill it, like shill it.
All right.
Like,
well,
chill
yeah.
it.
So
Yeah, go
on
ahead and let
Sunday-
everybody know.
For anyone that's listening, yeah, Sunday at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, we're gonna summon these two. It's gonna be kind of a fun format. We're
Drop a
gonna
link.
somebody, yeah, let me.
Put it in the chat.
Yeah, hell
We
yeah,
need to
pop
see
the
this.
link. We're gonna shill.
So we're
the
gonna
hell out of
summon
this
these
Sunday
two
video.
together, and we're gonna give it away to somebody that's attending live in the chat. And honestly, we don't have that many people that are currently subscribed, so like you probably have pretty good odds if you're there.
Subscribe to his channel now, guys. Put that link in the chat. I think I saw a YouTube video, like it was suggested to me, and I was like, "What's this?" It's Sandwich Punch. I don't know. I gotta watch it though. I saw it was suggested.
Yeah,
I've
I'll
been
shoot the
binging on
channel in here.
DFK channel. But yeah, I gotta check that out.
I just found one of mine that has a D Archer and then an R1 Thief, which is perfect for that sort of thing, from my understanding of it, right? So like what I need to find now is like a Thief Archer or like a Thief that as far as like the D and R, right?
That's
so
what that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking though. I was thinking, I think it's better to get an Archer and a Thief instead of an Archer Thief.
Yeah, I will say, guys, the chances of you really need D and R1 aligned. It doesn't really work as so much if the D and R1 are inverse with each other. Like you don't want, like it does benefit, but like the only benefit of having the inverse is you'd have to have R1 pull through for both of those heroes for that to check for the advanced class, which is not great odds. That's a 20% times 20%. So it's a really low odds. But when you have D and R1 aligned, that's the money maker.
That's nuts and ham, baby.
There you go.
All right, sweet. So now with that in mind, I'm glad we don't have a bunch of people. Well, maybe people will catch wind of it. I made a video on it like a week ago talking about it. I'm glad people didn't really watch it because I can still buy some of those heroes. Like I was able to pick up some pure archers for like 90 jewel, 95 jewel. We're talking about Gen 1s.
do I need to go shopping?
Huh?
Do I need to go shopping?
Dude, like let us finish the stream. Let me go shopping again, and then you can start. Okay?
No, I'm doing it right now. Like,
Dude, that's so unfair. I'm hosting this
chill.
cast and I can't
can
search
chill.
junk because it slows it down.
Are the
Search
That's
heroes
bad for you.
kind of cheap right
Like,
now?
be
or
fair.
what's going
Like,
on? Why are we shopping?
Just wait, please. But I gotta ask this: data miners for heroes, like bots for sniping out pure classes. Is this gonna be a thing? Like,
I think so.
The market hasn't picked this out.
I don't know how to do it, but I know that there are community members that like they can pull up any listing that has, aligned genes, and I mean, that's the benefit, I guess, of knowing how to use the graph. That's the graph is like a foreign language to me.
Yep.
Yeah, because I just searched it one by one. I was like, boom, boom. Like I'm not gonna tell you guys the cheat codes to do it. You guys got to do it one by one. Forget it. I'm not telling you. But like, I was just like rolling through them trying to figure it out. And
You know who's good at the graph though is Sachet, which is one of the mods. He's pretty good at those queries.
no kidding.
With this reminds me, guys, of just something like when you're like starting to search for guilds and stuff. I think you would be like really missing out if you didn't try to find a guild that had a lot of like super sharp and smart devs that have a lot to offer for the guild. Because those guys are what's really gonna have a ton of benefit. Like I've just like hopped in and out of some guilds discords and I've seen some of the stuff that people are making and I'm just like blown away. Like alerts, for example, alert systems that will alert somebody when a certain price hero comes on the market or one that has the aligned genes that you have. So keep that in mind.
There certainly is lots of innovation and just a ton of creative stuff being done literally as we speak. It really is great to see.
Yeah, I need to get in one of those guilds with a bot snipe so bad. Because I mean, I heard, what was it? Was it Jewel Cast? No, it was some other cast. Sandwich, you've been on them before. They hinted at like this was I heard
Is
one
it
of your-
adventures in DeFi Kingdoms?
Yeah, they go in like
Yeah.
they're so like high above the whatever or something
Yeah.
like that.
So I think it's Neindorf. He's got a system he's working on that like is an alert system like that. It's pretty
How's that?
cool.
Does it work good? Or
I haven't tried it myself, but it sounds pretty cool. Like I actually just listened to their podcast this morning during my workout. So
How
you
do
should
we
all
get
check it out,
into a
by the
guild
way.
like that?
Adventures in DeFi Kingdoms. Google that. They're on
Okay.
Spotify, bunch of other podcast websites too.
So how would one join a guild if they're wanting to join a guild for anyone watching?
Pay me
mean-
90 Joule.
I mean, so there's various different ones. I mean, right now, as guilds aren't an actual thing in game, they're mainly just Discord groups. You can probably find some just by asking around. I do know some of them have been asking for an entry fee. Some of them are just completely open, and there's various different rules. Some of them are like you can only be in this group. Some of them are more open to you. Just really exploring, seeing what you like, especially considering the guild aspect isn't in game yet. So definitely just ask around, and most people are really, really helpful, especially in Discord general chat. If you're not on the actual DeFi Kingdom server, which you hopefully should be at this point, definitely join. Say hi in general, and a lot of people are there and willing to help you out.
I like it. Okay, cool. So I guess just getting in like different discords, especially being on the DeFi Kingdoms Discord, I'm sure people will shill out links, and if you can't find it, always do the Command F feature or Control F, and just type in guild, and you'll probably find it pretty quick. So now, since we're talking about heroes, pure heroes, and whatnot, do we have too many heroes? I mean, you're probably starting to see like 85,000 heroes now. About 84 maybe.
I mean,
the heroes are climbing.
Yeah, I mean there have been talks about different things in terms of the hero supply numbers, but you also need to remember that the increasing supply, at least temporarily, has made the barrier to entry easier to a lot of people, and just making it possible for more people to get their first hero and really start playing the game, which in turn just helps DFK grow a lot. I do know there have been some talks about different ways that the hero supply could be reduced in the future. However, as always, right? Like until anything official is announced, this is just pure speculation, and we don't really know the exact details on how that would happen if it does.
All right. Yeah, so we're kind of just speculating on this, kind of just like wait and see. I know these guys always deploy and make good. They meet their promises, so I'm sure there wouldn't be any letdown on when it comes out. I don't know. Time will tell. We'll see what happens. But I'm betting on the team. These guys are pretty smart and they know what they're doing. So that's my thoughts on it. So I know we kind of covered potential burning on heroes. It's all really just speculation. So maybe we'll let some time sit on that so we can figure out what is really happening. But two more things I want to talk about. We're going to talk about the forks last because I think that'll get some heat. But the chains, are we going to be having like Edgeville, Varrock, Falador, Lumbridge, just like in RuneScape for DeFi Kingdoms? If you guys are unfamiliar with RuneScape, there are just different lands or different cities and towns you could go to. Like in RuneScape and Lumbridge, it was just kind of like Noobville. You can chop down like trees and level up your guys and kill goblins that are like level 3, so you wouldn't get wrecked just like trying to stab the guy and he just swipes his hand and you die. Whereas like in the wilderness or like in a Varrock, you can go battle some like guards who are higher level, and you can also do some higher level stuff. Are they going to set it up to something like that with these chains, or are they all going to be like, hey, no, this is just like Lumbridge here, this is Lumbridge here on AVAX, this is Lumbridge here on Phantom? Or are they going to change it to where like it's more skill oriented? And I know they've already hinted at like you can get things in quests over here and things in quests on this land. I know they've hinted at that, but I'm wondering if it's going to be skill oriented.
I think the possibilities are endless, man. Like, who knows? I think that's one thing that the devs are good at looking at, like, I feel like they have like this time machine where they can just see into the future kind of. But I think that would be, personally, I think that would be interesting, like spreading it across the different chains. Like, for instance, we have Serendale here and then just Avalanche over there. So like if you're, I don't know, like not to say more experienced, but like you can go over to a different chain and like, if you're a more veteran DFK player, then you'd probably be better over there. But if you're like a rookie, like maybe, Harmony 1 is your spot, like to really just get everything and understand it. And then from there you can move on. But I don't know, that's interesting to think about because they could work it so many different ways. Like the map over here could have like 8 different things. And then the map on like Avalanche or wherever we end up going could like be a whole nother map, or it could be like completely similar, but just with different features. I don't know.
Shall we have the wilderness be Ethereum?
If we go to if DFK ever goes to Ethereum, it's gonna have to be it's gonna have to be the future. It's gonna have to be like the city.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like it's the wilderness. If you guys don't know what the wilderness is, like what I'm hinting at in RuneScape, if you guys didn't really play the game, the wilderness was like high stakes. You went in there. If you killed the other person, you got any and everything they had in there. So if they had like 10 mil in their bag, or if they had like a Santa hat, which was worth millions of dollars, and you killed them, you would have got all their stuff. So
I like that.
That's what I'm saying. You pay like $100 gas fee, battle it out, and get all the loot, man.
Best hero win. Holy shit. That would be pretty cool. Yeah,
Flew,
Ethereum would be for the ruthless.
Huh?
Ethereum would be for the ruthless, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
I can't. So Drake, I can't comment on this one too much because this is one of the few areas that I actually do have like a lot of advanced knowledge, and so I'm gonna shut the fuck up here.
We refer to that in my industry as MNPI. You don't want to be trading on that.
Yeah, that's like earlier I was like, oh yeah, these are my thoughts, these are my things, this is what I would do, because that's not my job, right?
Flew, you just got
you
just got frozen really hard.
Sammy, what does the MMPI stand for?
It's a securities law concept. It's material non-public information. So like when you hear of like white collar insider trading, it's because they traded with MNPI. So essentially information that the rest of the public doesn't have. And
I feel like I heard it somewhere, and then now that you say that, it's like, yeah, I definitely heard it in college somewhere. They talked about it.
So TLDR comment means bullish. Hans, Pipe, you guys got any thoughts? Or are you guys same thing with Lou?
I mean, not really. There's nothing much for me to comment, and then again, like as always, right? Like, no matter how much we speculate, we're eventually going to get that information given to us in an official announcement. So I think stuff like this is, it's better we just wait and see what the devs have planned for us.
That's true.
Frisky just rugged my internet connection from across the country because
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like,
yeah, he
snap.
was he was like up. They asked Flu a question, guys, cut it. You know, it was us. It's just
Pull the
it's
plug.
not for my about this one. So that's I'll just say that I've made a lot of friends on a lot of different chains, and I love everybody. That's it. That's my only comment.
I know one of the friends. I talk with him a lot.
Oh, P,
You know what
let's
I'm
go,
talking
baby.
about.
Let's go, baby. PM me.
I'll PM you. I'll PM you.
I'm gonna do a live reaction of his alpha that he knows. This
What
is
you
good
think?
stuff.
I dropped it. What you think?
Where are
I
you
gave
at?
the chain and I gave the name.
He posted it in private chat, Flu.
Oh, in the thing? Okay, hold on.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
post it on Twitter.
No, not on Twitter. Oh, bro, you got a slow source there, buddy. I just had a meeting with him. Yeah, no, I love
This
him.
is
I need to get with him tonight. I'll get with him.
I love him. I
I'm not
just had a
having
meeting with
Bill.
him last week. I was not in a good mood either.
Really?
Yeah, I was not in a good mood.
Uh-oh.
And Pyth can tell you, like, Flu in a good mood, in a bad mood, that's COVID right there. So like,
Oh boy. That ain't good.
yeah, no, it's not that one.
Okay.
But no, it's I think that we've got a lot of cool things planned for the different chains and the different expansions. I think that it's really promising. I don't think that anyone that has invested here on Harmony is going to be disappointed whenever we unveil our future plans on anything. So, yeah.
All right,
Hans talking about Odette.
Hey, I'm just
I
gonna
get
be back in a bit. I might not be back in time, so if there is,
no
have
problem.
a good day, y'all.
Yeah, all right, 10-4. Hans, go ahead and spill your alpha. I know you were hinting at that. I was going to wait till after the last question, but I think that'll just go for last, whatever. But I want to hear what you got. It's probably going to be good. Well,
Yeah, well, I mean, before I get to that, I think it's important for us to like think about, what we're doing as a community. And one of the biggest things right now is this typhoon relief deal. I'm going to post something in the YouTube here, but a few days ago, right during the Christmas holiday, I sent Flu a message because somebody who won one of my contests was like, "Hey, man, sorry it took me a while to give you my address. Typhoon warning." And I was like, "Okay, well, I heard about this, but I didn't really think about it too much." And then I was like, now I kind of know somebody, so I'm like, "Man, I hope you're all right." And then he sent me some pictures of his house. And he's like, "Well, thanks to you guys, I can now fix the roof of my house." And I'm like going, most people are probably sitting around going, "Yeah, I'm going to make all this money, my hero or whatever. They're just going to play and have fun." And this guy's going, "Sweet, I can sell my prize money and fix my roof." And so I just started thinking like, my God, I got to like do something here. So I messaged Flu and I'm like, "Hey man, I know you're the guy who knows people, like hook me up. Who can you connect me with?" And we had like this crazy chat and we just pulled everybody in and we started tossing around ideas. And pretty soon, Frisky came out and announced this relief deal that I know that they've been talking about, but it hadn't been announced yet. And this went live, and there was a vote on this. Anybody who has Harmony One, you can go and vote on the proposal. Anyways, that happened. It ended. The vote was to put up $250,000 in Jewel match, and so there's you can go and donate right now, actually.
Guys, let's participate in this. I mean, just think about it. I don't mean to interrupt, but just think about it, guys. I've been wrecked in crypto. I'm sure you may have been wrecked in crypto, but just imagine getting wrecked in real life. Like in crypto, you can close the computer and walk away. It's fine. It's just numbers on the screen. In real life, you close that computer and then you look up and you're like, "Oh snap, I don't have a roof." Or some people over in the Philippines, this is where it happened. They don't have any of their, like, say for example, they had some kids that have been killed or family that was killed. That's not reversible. You can make your money back. You can't make your family back. You can't make your friends back. You can't make life come back like that. You can do that in crypto, but in real life, that's getting wrecked. That is hard. That is rough. Make sure you guys participate. I'm not trying to shill anything, but just think about it. If it was
No,
you.
fuck that. I'm chilling for Odette relief. Absolutely.
Well, shill it up, man.
There's the thing is that with the in-game sort of like benefit to this, you get an achievement, right? You get an achievement. It's based around like the level of your donation. They're gonna do like 5 different tiers. The top one's like platinum if you're gonna be in like the top 20%. And I'm just saying, I'm not going to say that Pyth and I are planning a giveaway or like a series of giveaways in the future where we have to verify that you have that achievement. But 100 motherfucking percent, we are planning giveaways in the future where you have to have that achievement. We're not gonna, I don't think that we discriminate on which level of achievement, but as long as you've donated something to like the Odette campaign, absolutely. Like that will be a requirement to win a giveaway in the future.
What are the tiers on it? Like what are the levels?
There's no cutoff levels yet because it doesn't have like there's no final data, right? So like you don't have I don't know what the top 20% is going to be. I donated. I'm sure that Pyth donated. I know a bunch of other people did as well, but like I don't know what the tiers are going to be. I would say that it's very similar to the Lavana drop, if anyone was involved in that on Terra, where like we didn't know what that was going to be until the end of that period. It's just that this is a very, very long period and there's only one chance.
Let's do it here. I want to do it in this this Bardcast. You guys got any heroes to give? I got some, so I'll pitch in.
Let's do it.
If anyone wants to pitch in and give out some heroes in a month or in a few weeks, whenever they come out with all the tiers, I'll be pitching in some heroes. So make sure you guys donate to that.
Oh yeah, I'll do. You know what? You know what? Me and Pyth were talking about this earlier, right? Hey Pyth. Oh wait, I think he said that he was going to step away, but you know what? I'm going to speak for him. I'm going to speak for him. I will do with him. We will do a live stream giveaway of the ring of 14 and 19.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so that's good.
That's 2 mythic shinies against each other, which, as far as like an advanced class thing.
Yeah, I'm going to give you guys the percentages right now in that breakdown. You guys have it's loading. Oh, my internet's always rough. Yeah, it's loading. You probably got it quicker than me, Flu.
Well, I already had it.
Download more RAM, bro.
Yeah, I already had it pulled up earlier. Although it looks like people have been spamming it since then. Hold on. 15 and 19. It's a 75% chance of a wizard, but it has the strongest possible chance of mythic at 3.5%, 6.5% legendary, 17.5% chance of 32.5% chance of uncommon, and 40% chance for common. One thing that is not accounted for here, though, I don't remember which tool actually does account for this, but that since both of them are shiny, the chances of the offspring being shiny are much higher as well. So, like, I know that a lot of people don't care about the shininess. I love the fact that it's a high chance to be shiny because I love shiny things. So, like, I'm very much like the magpie that collects the pretty coins, and to me, that's just pretty heroes. So I would say that I would say that Pyth and I's contribution to this is going to definitely be that, and or if I can find a more suitable and higher chance for advanced classes team hero to participate in this, I might be able to do that. I still think it would be really cool to have certain team members summon with theirs, but I know that like Frisky, for example, has been saving his for stuff like that, and it would have to be pretty high profile. but I may be able to get like another mod or something, participate. Maybe Sasha can help us out with like a private hire or something. So we'll see what we can do, man. We'll see what we can do.
10-4, 10-4. I'm trying to see. My internet is horrible. Someone drop a link for the what it's. I just call it donation. Donation to the Philippines. That's what I
Yeah,
call
I've got it. Got it.
Someone drop that.
Yeah, so that's the Twitter link right there, and that'll take you to the document, which you do have to actually copy and paste the address, but that you can look at that on Zapper. That's right here.
All right, yeah, 10-4. Drop that in there, guys. Seriously, think about participating. It's just one of those things to where if you were in that position, you definitely would like to have help. I mean, sometimes giving is a selfish thing. Just try it once. When you give, you actually get the most euphoric feeling ever. Just try it once and see how you feel, and you'll become addicted to giving. But yeah, just give it a shot. Donate some. You don't have to donate like $1 million. Try donating $10, $5, whatever you feel comfortable donating, or whatever you. Better yet, do this. Go questing for 2 days. All the items you get, if you get runes, whatever, sell all those items and use that to donate, or any of the jewels that you farm in the gardens. Give that out. I mean, that way you aren't like, oh, I'm giving away my money. Well, just give away your earnings. It's a good feeling. But let's go ahead and go into the last question, which I want to talk about is we've had the Ohm forks, we had the Tomb forks, we've had forks on forks on forks. When DFK forks? I mean, I've seen a couple of them that are similar, like Chumby Valley. They literally, if you go in their Discord, they're like, yeah, we got some, we're changing our white paper and changing our tokenomics and junk. And we like the ideas DFK did, so that's why we made the changes. Wait, you just changed your whole entire thing of someone else's entire idea, and that's okay?
Yeah, I'm not too knowledgeable about that. I mean, there's been a lot of Axie forks, and I mean, I don't know. I think the lifespan of those is just, I mean, I don't know. I'm not too bullish on that.
I would say that I would say that I don't have any issue with DFK forks. Like I don't think there's any shade that needs to be thrown here. I think that we were heavily influenced by Axie, and I think we were heavily influeed by Viper Swap. Oh my god, I just said that in real life. And like
I'm back, by the way.
Loot Swap and Sushi and things like that. Like we are a fork of a lot of things, and it's not about how a project is just a fork, right? It's about what you do to differentiate yourself from your progenitor. Like the thing that you get your roots from, you don't have to have everything exactly the same and just be like a carbon copy. Like the art is all going to be different. The people behind it are all going to be different. And just like Marika FPV, which is probably my favorite screen name of the night, is you cannot fork the devs. You cannot fork a community. You cannot fork the community management team. You can't fork the mods. You can't fork the experience of existing within a platform's ecosystem and atmosphere. And you cannot fork those things. You can fork the software all you want. And as a matter of fact, me and Pyth and I are forking something. We're forking a very popular piece of software, which I'm not going to go shill it. It doesn't matter. But the way that we're going to differentiate ourselves is with the art, with the experience, with the community building that we're going to do. And I mean that's really what makes you different as a product. So yeah, like DFK is a fork itself. DFK is a fork of Viper, Sushi.
Flu, you rugged us.
Yeah, your mic once again.
Right,
Yeah,
he
I
cut
mean,
in just as I got in. I was
definitely
interested in what he was saying.
no
You
shade to
rugged
be
him.
thrown on Forks, but I just mean, like, I think it's going to be in two ways. I see this. One is, like, if we can inspire people to do what we did, then at some point in the future, I mean, who knows what this holds, but you want to have like a good legacy. And I think we have crypto, right? You see code libraries being shared between different applications, and you saw how Ethereum kind of came about because of what happened with Bitcoin and all this DeFi stuff. So that's definitely, I'm all for innovation, but I just mean that right now I think what DeFi Kingdom's doing is very fresh and it's innovative, and we still have a long roadmap ahead of us. So if they try to fork now, I think they're going to be missing out on a lot of stuff that's to come. But I do think we're going to see more projects do things like what DFK is doing.
I can agree with that. Yeah, I'm not necessarily saying forks are bad. I know I kind of mentioned Chumby. I'm not trying to harp on them. I'm just trying to say they did change the vision. But hey, that's not saying they're a bad protocol, a bad project. In fact, if you see a good idea and you take it and actually use it, that's innovating. That's moving forward.
Y'all were talking about Chumby. Is
Yeah,
that what I missed out on?
Made a hint on Chumby Valley. I thought it was kind of interesting what they're doing, but I'm not saying forks are going to be a bad thing. In fact, I think good ideas and new ideas will come out of it. I want to give this example. Think about Sushi Swap and Uniswap. Uniswap didn't have a token. Uniswap was a great protocol. It was a great idea, great concept, but they were forgetting one thing. They weren't thinking about, oh, we need a token. So Sushi Swap came out, they got a token, and then Uniswap finally ponied up and was like, oh man, that's such a great idea. We need a new token too. So maybe these new forks actually create more ideas for DeFi kingdoms and make it better. And then eventually, of course, the forks are going to fizzle out. Not financial advice, but it will just happen. And well, people will come back to people, not Ponzi's. So remember, a lot of these forks come out to make something that's quote unquote better or copy someone just to come get the money. That's if you remember.
I think
what
that's
happened
with
to
everything though. Like not just
Oh, yeah.
gaming, not just gaming, but like no one came up with the first idea. Like no one, I wouldn't say like someone came up with Uber. Like we had taxis and we had stuff like that. It's like someone just took an idea and, like you said, just made it better. And so I'm pretty sure that's like all DeFi gaming too. Like we could go out and find a bunch of different games that'll probably be like DeFi kingdoms in the future. But if they take that model and they find success with it, then I guess one thing I like to like say is like DFK like sets the bar for like projects. Like if you're gonna be good, like be better than like DFK or be just as good. And so yeah, I'll just like to add that on. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing at all because like we want more games out here. Not to say like we want people to just go from DeFi kingdoms all over to another game, but yeah, no, the more traction that play to earn gaming gets, I think it's just better for DeFi kingdoms. I think that more people will adopt DeFi kingdoms just as much as DeFi kingdoms users will adopt other games as well. Because we all like to play multiple games. We don't like to just stick to one game. So it'll be nice hopping on 2 or 3 different games every day and seeing yourself making passive income through it.
+1 to that.
And like Cormandre, I see your post here is like Flu says DFK is a fork of Viper and Uniswap, and then like a laughing emoji. Then DFK is one of the most innovative projects in the space. Only the DEX is a fork. So my quoting the fork of DFK from Loot, Viper, and Sushi comes from a message directly from Frisky Fox. So I'm not saying being a fork is a bad thing, and I'm not like trying to like talk shit about DFK, which would be really stupid of me. But I'm just saying that there's a lot of stuff that are forks of others, and that's not a bad thing. Like, you can't.
I think it breeds innovation.
Yeah,
I mean most protocols are, they take inspiration. I mean, not all, of course, someone had to do it first, but a lot of these protocols, in DeFi in general, even do take a lot of inspiration and often, directly fork and, take elements from other protocols to make something better. And you'll see it, it's a common theme everywhere. And, as always, it's a great thing because so many new things have been discovered and invented or, created simply because of people forking projects.
Yeah, no, I agree. People will flock to what actually works and who has the best protocols and who has the best team. Let me ask you this question. Who was the original AMM? See if you guys know this. What was the first one?
It's not Uniswap, I'll tell you that.
You got that.
First swap, as you said?
Yeah, the first swapper, the OG. Well, I'll spoil the suspense. It's Bancor Network. No one talks about that junk. Bancor's pretty fire. It's pretty cool. But
They
Bancor
hosted the
didn't.
event in Miami.
Bancor, they had a huge raise back in the ICO bubble, and it was like 2017, 2018. But innovation came out when like Uniswap, they made the UI so much better. Like Bancor, it was great. It was an awesome thing. Same thing with 0x. 0x was one of the OGs as well. But no one ever talks about 0x. But 0x is used on several different backends. That's the same thing with Kyber. No one really talks about them because what they created was something that was really good, but they had no UI. So you got to, or you, what happened is forks would come out, they would create a clean and sleek UI where Uniswap, the one we all know and love, and it's kind of the same format on DeFi Kingdoms. Obviously not like the layout with the trader, market guy, and whatnot, but on the swapper, you have the token on top, token on bottom concept. Like you're literally swapping back and forth. Uniswap came up with that little swapping mechanism where it's the token on top, token on bottom. So that's just so you guys can keep that in mind. This is where innovation comes from. I think the forks will be a good thing for the space because I think it'll allow people to see what, well, first off, maybe teach the projects like, hey, look, we could do better and these ideas better.
Flu, I'm sorry to cut you, but Flu, what's the logo on it? What's the logo on it? Protect your assets?
Yeah, no, hold up. I'm gonna go get them. I'm gonna go get them. I'm gonna turn on my camera. This is gonna happen.
Logo on what? Logo on what?
Oh, you don't.
He's not joking.
Oh,
he has
man.
Bancor condoms.
Yeah, you're right back.
Oh man. Oh, come on, Flu. But anyways, I think it will help the like OG, like instead of just like DeFi Kingdoms just taking straight off. I think what will happen is DeFi Kingdoms may get ideas from the forks, but then people will realize like, wait, these forks stop innovating. I need to move back, and they'll move back to where it's innovating. So just something to keep in mind.
I'm sorry, I about lost it.
Nah, you're good. You're good.
Because they had them like. It's funny that you speak of Bancor because like in Miami, whenever we did that Decentral convention at the booth, one of the like after events was hosted by Bancor, and the DFK team was invited to it, and so we were totally there, and Bancor was hosting it, and like they had these condoms everywhere. And I swear it says on the condom like protect your assets.
Oh man!
I really hope he finds them. That shit is hilarious.
Sandwich, Pyth, Hans, you guys got any thoughts?
None for me.
All right.
No, I'm thought it out here.
I'm all thoughted out. Speaking of thoughts, so these are
these are selling for $5, and you can buy these at the gas. Guys, no,
fuck $5. Here's the thing, I 100%. I've got 5 condoms, and I'll tell you what. Whoever can send me the proof of their largest donation to Hurricane Odette relief, whoever sends me the largest one, I will mail you one of these condoms, which is Bancor branded, and it says always use.
How do I make your screen bigger? Yeah, I think we can do it right here.
Always use impermanent loss protection, Bancor.
Does it really say that?
Yes, it's right here. You can look at it, and this is a real condom, and I've got a large donation for you. Yeah, you can donate D's.
That's hilarious. I didn't know they made that.
Yeah, and I think that Vaughn, you picked up some too, right?
No, hell no. I don't trust condoms that are just sitting there on tables. They could have holes in them.
I mean, like, I want a kid anyway. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'm a
you
kid
actually
myself.
bought that
so
from the store. I was like, what in the world?
No, they were at that Bancor event that I was talking about. They were just all over the place.
That's hilarious.
No, these are rare though. These are real life NFTs. These are I don't know how to. These are Gen Zero condoms right here.
These are scarce.
They're gonna be on eBay one day for like $420,000.
Yeah, 420.69, bro.
Starting bid.
And the have you used one yet? I mean, like, fuck no. I'm not gonna trust these. Wait, honey, wait. I'm not gonna.
All right.
All right. Sorry, guys. Yeah, we just had to
Let's
shield that
digress.
Bancor network.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. Did you guys have anything else? Cover the questions. Any community questions you guys want to cover, or anything you guys want to cover? We're gonna go ahead and start wrapping up, unless you guys want to hit on anything.
Hans, you had something, didn't you?
Yeah. So I just wanted to let you guys know a little bit of an alpha drop here. I've been talking to a lot of people, and I've been getting a lot of positive feedback from specifically like some whales that I know, and some other people that are involved with funds, VC funds, hedge funds. I mean, these guys are whales, but we were talking about this earlier, and I think it's like, I think the whales, I mean, we shouldn't hate on the whales because the whales are going to come into every project. And obviously some of them are, not always going to be good actors, but I see this as a very positive thing in my mind. Essentially, it means that people who are sitting on a lot of money or who are making capital allocation decisions have taken a look at this thing and said, this makes sense and I want to try it. And the way they get in is, first they just kind of dip their toes. They put in a few bucks, which to them is, very tiny amount of money. But because this project is still so early, there's a lot of things in the market, like a lot of slippage. They can't just go in and allocate a massive amount right away because they're concerned about things like that. But in the next month or so, I'm going to be going and having some more of these conversations. Some of them are going to be public, some shows and stuff that I'm going on. And so I'll make sure to share that when the time gets closer. But I'm just getting really good feedback from these people, and I believe that they want to take part in this project, and be like actually active in it, and they see the innovation. And I don't know if you guys have been watching like the Bitcoin market, and you remember what happened in the beginning of Q4, but right at the end, like September 30th and October 1st, when Bitcoin just all of a sudden shot up, I think.
Whoa, guys! Bitcoin 100K. I'm messing.
When you see a move like that comes at a certain time, like specifically on the first day of a quarter, what that is that that's capital allocation, and basically a lot of these funds report on a quarterly basis, and that's very important for their performance metrics, and that's when they're deploying new capital. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some of that around the first of the year. I mean, I can't say for sure, but I've got a feeling about that. And if we do see it, I think that's a really good sign that there's more on the way. I feel like a lot of money is going to pour into this project. And when we open the doors with AVAX and Crystal Vale, I mean, we're going to be able to support a lot more people in this ecosystem. And, we do stand to benefit from that. And I think there is kind of a relationship between, the players and, the small fish and the whales. And it was kind of that way in Bitcoin too. I mean, it was like retail led, and then then the whales came to town, and of course the whales sometimes try to feed on the retail, but every once in a while, the people that are just early in can kind of lead the charge. And so I'm saying this is a very positive thing, and I've seen some negative sentiment about whales, and I understand that there are some bad actors out there, but but again, the people I talk to, I do not see in that light. I think is a very good positive news, and so yeah, I'm just excited about what happens next year. I mean, I have another announcement too. I can't say yet, but this is coming very soon, in the next month or so, and this is going to also be very bullish. And so,
By the
yeah.
way, guys, he has been teasing me with this fucking announcement for days.
I know, same here, man.
For like
I was like, dude.
2 weeks.
And now
Hon,
he has to tease us with it. What's going on here?
The only thing I can say, we're waiting on legal. I can't say anything until we get there's legal stuff. I can't.
Well,
but,
then why are you gonna tell us about it?
You don't get one of these.
Oh, if
Hon.
you guys don't know the background on Hans, he basically has like a little hedge fund thing going. So just so you guys know. Yeah.
So this isn't DFK.
Hans,
This is what you do in real life.
Yeah. Hans is like that guy who's like, yeah, don't mess with him. I mean, he's got a big beard. So, yeah,
He will
just look
chop
into
you
Hans,
down with
guys.
an axe.
Check out his Twitter, and then you guys can look into him. By the way,
No,
follow
Hans,
follow
you know
all
what,
these
bro?
guys on Twitter, man.
If you
go
if
ahead
you
and
Hans
drop
is
your Twitter
popular.
links.
if you have been teasing this for so long, and then it turns into like a nothing thing, or if it's like, oh well, XYZ investor is dropping 20 million into this game, I'm gonna be so disappointed in you.
Just wait for the Merlin candle, and you'll be okay.
I feel like
I'm
Hans
be-
is gonna blow us out the water. Like he should totally do the announcement on the live stream.
It
Once
better
he
be
does
good.
get
That's all I'm saying.
approval and everything, and we can just totally we'll just be
Yeah,
blown away.
do
We'll
it-
all
do
just
it,
get all
like,
our
right on
reactions
the
like,
stream and
holy
watch it,
shit.
Merlin.
Yeah, and then we'll all just be trying to log off so we can buy more Jewel, not financial advice.
That's how it rolls.
No, it'll be
All
good.
right, guys.
Good things are
Well,
coming.
You guys know how we end, man. Well, you know how we ended last time. We got to hit it with the wisdom one-liner, man. All right. We're in Private Chapter 25 verses 24. This is awesome. Better to live on a corner of the roof than share a house with a quarrelsome wife. You guys got some quarrelsome wives? Hopefully they're not watching. Did you guys grab that first part? Better to live on a corner of the roof. What you guys think about that? Good times.
I got the first part. I didn't get the second part.
Oh, my bad. All right. So better to live on a corner of the roof than share a house with a quarrelsome wife. Basically, quarrelsome means like you cause problems, create issues.
Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah. It's better to live on the corner of a roof at that point.
You got Travis Thomas in trouble. He just said, I just had my wife listen up too.
Uh-oh. Attaboy. Guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll be here next Tuesday at 8. Guys, if you flew, Pyth, Sandwich, Hans, High Indian, if you guys want to show your guys' Twitter, please show it, guys. Make sure you guys give these guys a follow. They have a ton of alpha, not just on DeFi Kingdoms. They got a ton of alpha on life too, and in crypto. Guys, make sure you guys follow into these people. In my opinion, like me, it's not following me. Follow them. Those guys are the alpha. Flu, he got me into this game. Remember, guys, it's not just one head that is put together. All these guys know what they're talking about. Make sure you guys give them a follow. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Later, y'all.
Thanks, everybody.